Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Cranky Sam. We're going to start with trivia here in just a couple minutes. If you'd like to join us, come on up, grab four slips and a pen, and we'll get started here in about 2 or 3 minutes.
I love the thick paper.
Oh, I think they're not supposed to use that. They just keep forgetting to take it out. We're not supposed to show the owner because that's like expensive apparently. So
Thick pieces of paper.
I know. I just said. I think they use them to print menus next door, so it's their fancy paper. You can take. Yeah. Well, we'll have 4 rounds. So unless you want to just be a quitter.
You're in thick.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's pretty fun. There's not a ton of people, so just get to kind of hang out and sing a lot more. Than some places get so popular that you can only sing like once in like 2.5 hours. I will never understand because I've only been at the Badlander for a decade. And I would do 4 and a pen. 4 and a pen? Yep. I would, sing like a warm-up song to make sure all the sound and all the equipment worked. Yeah. And then was like, people are waiting for hours. I'm not going to be like, and now you have to listen to me. I'm like, why?
I mean, people really do that as much.
You'd be surprised. I just kind of grin and bear it, but I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm not running.
Oh, you're not?
Oh, no. No, I just
go?
stopped down there a few times.
Oh, okay.
I like the Reno, man. Yeah, it's when all the youths are out and about downtown.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so nice that like this is not a college bar. Like it's full of adults that are chill and like fun.
Yes.
And it's East Missoula, so it's a little dodgy, but in like a good, sturdy Montucky way.
Montucky. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, good luck. '30th, and I'll get on the 11th. Week of work, but 75 days for San Diego Mexico time, then a full week in El Salvador. I'm like, okay. And I only have to miss 2 nights. I'm like, yeah, the joy of having such a hard job of 2 nights a week. Alrighty, folks, this is your last call. If you want to join us, come on up, grab 4 slips and a pen. If you're here, you might as well play. You have to put up with me. Yeah, last call. Come grab those slips. We'll get started here in 1 minute. What? Athletic questions. Oh, actually, 2. There's a little bit of theater tonight.
And I'll be honest with you, I went to theater school. I graduated from Neighborhood Playhouse School of Theater, even though I was a military officer.
Okay.
I want some old school, like Howard Hawks movies.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? It's just great stuff that people don't know about. Like Howard Hawks and people like that. And
Some good old classics. Yeah, I usually end up in those if I do if I do like October 1950 rounds or whatever, then I can dive into those. But we'll see. I try to keep it balanced, but also if I'm like, I've never even. Oh yeah, I'm just saying in general. If I'm like, I've never even heard of it, I'm like, I'm gonna call that obscure, even though we all have different knowledge. No.
Some of the greatest films from the 40s and 50s have all.
So like, what are we talking about?
Only Angels Have Wings.
Okay.
Some of the stuff you would know. I'll let you look up Howard Hawks.
Okay. I will Google him. He'll get googed.
Yeah, some of his, because I was a big. I'm just trying to think of how it go about. So all the films when I went to theater school, the biggest films were from the 1930s all to the 50s because then you have all the great because those were teleplays.
Sure. Okay.
Those
Where you get all your
plays.
classics. Yeah.
Movies.
Yeah.
They're not a script.
You're Inherit the Winds and Cabin Walter Rooms.
They're real plays that they turned into a movie.
Right.
Not
versus just these whatever they do now.
like Catalog Syndrome.
Yeah.
Like no one knows what that's about.
Right. I mean, I do. But...
yeah, but most people never knew. She was drunk with this gay.
Exactly.
But people are like, oh,
she was. It's crazy.
But she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
Because of like me.
Oh, it's so deep. Yeah. It's got a lot of stuff going on. All right. We'll figure. Oh, I love me some Tennessee. Well, I'll do some more poking around for you. Okay. Alrighty, folks. If it's your first time down or it's been a while, check out those screens. Here's the basics for tonight. We're going to have 4 rounds of 10 questions each. Each question is worth 1 point. We do have a round where there's a possibility of getting 10 extra bonus points. We'll talk about that when we get there. If you look on the corner of your sheet, there should be a little star or a remnant of one. If you circle that star, that'll double your points for that round. We don't do any repeats down here, so make sure to take notes. I'll give you 2 minutes to look over your answers at the end of every round. And prizes tonight, first place, a $30 gift card. Second place, $20. Third place, a surprise prize, which tonight is going to be like, I think some cute little grandpa made a little train station set up for somebody. It's absolute garbage, but it's also pretty adorable compared to the crap I usually bring down. So, it's still like a overt, obnoxious tchotchke, but in a different flavor tonight. We also have an even dumber prize for best team name. So come up with something witty and mildly inappropriate. You might bring home an even stupider prize. We only have 4 rules, so please follow them. No cell phones out during rounds at all, please. Try to keep them away if you're afraid to narc on your neighbors. We also have a 6-person team limit. If you have more than 6, that's fine. You can still play, but you can't win. So please mark that clearly at the top of your first sheet. More than 6 people. Please keep your answers quiet. Don't get excited. Don't shout things out, especially as the beer starts flowing. And last but not least, remember, it is just trivia. By definition, none of this is life or death. So take a breather, you pedantic turds. And with that being said, make sure your team name is at the top. We're going to dive right into round number 1 tonight. Round number 1 is going to be October 2015. I'm going to ask you 10 questions about things that happened 10 years ago this month. So none of you can complain like, I wasn't even alive then, except for maybe the 2 kids sitting in the window. With that being said, team name at the top. Let's go with round number 1. Question number 1, October 2015. On the 3rd of October 2015, a U.S. airstrike hit a Doctors Without Borders hospital in what country, killing 19 people? I'll give you about 10 more seconds, so take some notes if you need to. You'll have 2 minutes at the end of the round, but we'll be moving on in 10 seconds. Question number 2 on October 4th, 2015. What rock band with hits like Jump and Running with the Devil gave their final performance at the Hollywood Bowl in La La Land? You want some extra time at the end of the round. Question number 3, eventually. Oh, we're going to have to reset some of these TVs here. There we go. On October 5th of 2015, Jerry Brown, the governor of what state, signed a bill granting terminally ill patients the right to die? All right, that's all time to get moving on to question number 4. Question number 4 on October 8th, 2015, what singer and Only Murders in the Building actress revealed she had lupus a day before releasing her #1 album, Revival? Ten seconds. All right, question number 5, also on October 8th, 2015. Michael Horn, the U.S. CEO of what company, testified before Congress about irregularities in EPA emission tests? And seconds before we move on to question number 6. One of very few sports ball questions, so get it out while you can. October 17th, what star forward became Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer across all competitions? Name that sports ball player. And seconds. Question number 7 on the 20th of October. According to the UN, what country facing a financial crisis and austerity measures saw over 500,000 migrants arrive in the year so far? Mostly by small boats. And seconds. From the UN and the WHO organization ranked what white death lung disease alongside HIV as the world's deadliest infectious diseases, with that white death killing 1.2 million in the year before, 2014. Name said disease. And seconds, but take notes if you need more time. Question number 9, just 2 more in our 2015 round. October 29th, 2015, after 35 years, China announced the end of what controversial policy? You want a biscuit or a cookie, or you want a little medal that says, I'm not as dumb as I think I am? I'd be like, I knew one question at trivia. I'm real proud of myself. And seconds. And finally, question number 10. On October 20, 2015, what Republican from Wisconsin was elected Speaker of the House of Representatives, succeeding John Boehner? You clearly mark at the top you have more than 6 people. Yes, I'm so proud of you guys. That's such good boys and girls. All right, folks, 10 seconds. Sit down right there, folks. That's fixed. Thank you. All righty, crew, and that is going to do it for round number 1. You have 2 minutes to check over your answers starting right now. When you are done, please turn them in upside down in front of the old train station.
Oh, that's a classic.
Ooh, look at us with black floral.
I know. You and me.
So fancy. Don't forget, if you feel like you did well, you can circle that star for double points on this round. Therefore, please, thank you.
It's you.
One minute down, 1 minute to go. Set out right there for me. Thank you, dear. And last call for slips, just 10 seconds. Get all the slips turned in, please. Uh-huh. When are you picking up when is this supposed to happen again?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually don't. I don't have it in my calendar. I never actually got that date confirmed with anybody.
What?
So, I'll leave you. Bingo. Can you send me like a where and when? I don't think you have yet. All righty, folks. All those lists should be scored as quickly as possible. Computer, and we'll find out those answers and move right on to round number 2. Trivia? How late? I didn't even know how late am I? Oh, we're just finishing the first round. You feel dive in. We have 3 more rounds. Might as well play. Yeah, we'll go over those answers here soon. It's just, that seems dodgy. Oh, well, that's great. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jen.
Tomorrow. All right, thank you. Have a good one, guys. Alrighty, folks, here's my wink, wink, nudge, nudge. By the way, I've been desperately wanting to get down to Mexico for years for Day of the Dead. It's finally happening. So if you want to buy me a beer, they're quite affordable where I'm going. You can throw me a couple bucks. I'd sure appreciate it. Si es la cerveza, por favor. Yo hablo español, señor. Que lastima. All right, let's check those answers for round number one. No one got this first one right. Who were we bombing 10 years ago? Afghanistan. We're still actively in a war there. We took out a hospital after taking out a wedding. Jump running with the devil. Hot for teacher Van Halen. Van Halen gave their final public performance. A few folks did guess Oregon. Oregon was, I believe, the first state to go for this, but one of the most populous, California. Jerry Brown was governor of California. Almost everybody knew this one. Singer and Olimers in the building, Selena Gomez. And again, 10 years ago, EPA emissions problems. That was Volkswagen. Das ist like Volkswagen, yeah? Yeah. Kind of kicked them right in the crotch. They lost like 30% of their value. And those Germans do not like losing. We're talking Real Madrid. We're talking soccer. We're talking Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo! According to the UN, most y'all about this one. The country that was really good slam was Greece. Greece. That white death, also called consumption, was tuberculosis. Tuberculosis was tied with HIV as the deadliest disease worldwide. I was kind of nice on this one. Future reference, be very specific. A one-child policy is what I was looking for. I did take number of children people are allowed to have. Because they could have extra kids, they just had to pay a big fine. So let's try to be really specific. This is trivia, and I am a turd about such things. Last but not least, the amount of you that named Democrats currently serving was interesting. That was Paul Ryan. Old Paul, who then bailed quick because he was like, even I have licked enough morals to get the F out of here. So with that being said, let's check your score, see how you did. We'll find our best team name. Couple good options tonight. At the top with time blowing in the wind in 50 Shades of Gandalf the Grey using their stars. And for second slash third, here we got Titan Uranus, Mustachio, and Dirty Deeds done with sheep. I was going to go with the sheep, but Titan Uranus is just too funny. Titan Uranus, I have something very special for you guys.
Yeah.
On VHS, it is 10 Fundamentals of the Modern Golf Swing from 1982. There you go. That's super modern. It's literally like printed on like somebody's typewriter. The sticker is, it's everything. Also, they were not kind and did not rewind. Kids these days, I tell you, never rewinding their 30-plus-year-old golfing videos. Alrighty, let's dive right into round number 2. Then make sure your team name is at the top. Round number 2, as always, is going to be a random round. 10 random questions for you. Let's see what they are. Question number 1. What scale is used to measure the hardness of minerals? Hey, how's it going, Nick? 10 seconds. Take some notes if you need to. Question number 2 in our random round. What is the name of the 25-acre public park located at the southern tip of Manhattan Island? Name that park. By the way, tell her just because she had sunglasses on. Oh. And seconds. Six in here for you. What Greek physician is known as the father of medicine? Question number 3. Spelling doesn't matter, but it does need to be phonetically correct. And seconds. Classic bankers I've never used before. The marathon in miles. Be specific. Remember, it is trivia. Be specific. Let's move on to question number 5 in our random round. Wimpy, a character first appearing in what comic strip in 1931, was supposed to say, I will gladly pay you for a hamburger today. Cheap bastard.
10 seconds. Question number 6. What is considered the highest, when we're talking elevation, navigable lake in the world? Question number 7. Written and directed by Christopher Nolan and starring Matt Damon. A film due out in 2026 is based on what epic tale? Here's our one Broadway question of the night. What Broadway show? Four questions. Closest modern American equivalent to the snack. And And finally, question number 10. What 1966 novel by Daniel Keyes follows a low IQ man who undergoes surgery to increase his intelligence and touched on the moral questions about the treatment of the mentally disabled in America? Name that. Yeah. And seconds. And just like that, folks, round number 2 is over. You have 2 minutes to check your answers for accuracy and legibility, please. Don't forget, you have 2 more rounds after this to use your star, so use it wisely. To get your slips turned in the next 2 minutes,
Get
please.
1 star per what?
1 star for the whole night. So if you decide
for the whole round?
For the whole round,
Not
yeah.
for the question, right?
Yes, so if you feel like you really crushed the round,
Alright.
you would want to circle the star.
Not for the question.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. One minute down, 1 minute to go. And last call for slips, folks. I'll get these scored as quickly as possible. Check those answers. Move right along to round number 3, a photo round. So close to the 8. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. Oh. Sounds awesome. I was going to say, yeah, what kind of salad we got?
The Caesar salads are good. It's a little spicy.
I can handle that. Yeah, that's perfect.
Candies?
Sure.
Not too healthy.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I don't want it too healthy. Let's not go crazy here. All righty, crew. Thanks for your patience. We do have 19 teams tonight, a little more intimate than usual, but still a good turnout. Let's check those answers to round number 2. A good round for a lot of y'all. Hardness of minerals is scaled by Mohs scale of hardness. Don't worry, gentlemen, I'm at an 11 all the time. I don't know how the Mohs scale works. That 25-acre park at the end of Manhattan, formerly known as Battery Park, is now known as The Battery. I took either one of them. The father of medicine, according to the Greeks, Hippocrates. Hippocrates. With his Hippocratian oath. A marathon, something I will never do in my life, 26.2 miles, 26.2, which makes total sense. I was going to ask you the name of the character, but I thought it'd be too hard. Now I think I probably should have, but that's from Popeye. Wimpy is from Popeye. Again, came out in 1931. The guy that's like, I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday, was flat broke during the Great Depression. A lot of you guys guessed Lake Baikal in Russia. That is the deepest lake, the highest lake by reservation. And if you know anything about me, you know I can't give it up. If I can say Titicaca, that is Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. Sorry, I jumped ahead here. Christopher Nolan and Matt Damon are doing the movie Homer's The Odyssey. The Odyssey. Should be awesome, I hope. I'm a big old fan of that mess. The Broadway show analogous with the Kennedy years, kind of loosely, is Camelot. Camelot, one of the few 60s musicals without an exclamation point at the end. Oklahoma, Oliver, Camelot. Just keeping it chill. First, you have to know Little Miss Muffet was eating curds and whey. They didn't know what that is. Cottage cheese is the closest thing that we have to curds and whey. And finally, 4 teams put of mice and men for this one. You knew a mouse was involved. One team also said Charlie, which was the movie based on this novel. The actual name of the novel is Flowers for Algernon. Flowers for Algernon. So with that being said, again, some great scores out there. Let's check your scores, how you're doing after 2 rounds of play here.
Uh, 19. Small for us, but big for most of us.
And here we are at the top of the list after 2 rounds, blowing in the wind at 50 Shades again up Gray, still in a hot, wet two-way tie for first. In third-ish is Titan Uranus, and the Fuckawee tribe would be somewhere in there as well. So this next round, we're going to do things a little bit differently, so do pay attention and don't come up to me and be like, I didn't get what you were saying. Because I'm going to explain it clearly, and I have everything on the screens too. So next round will be a photo round, and here's what's going on. I realized that there are actually more than 10 famous women ever. So we're going to do female duos of the late 19th, that's the late 1800s and early 1900s, loosely on the dates. So here's what's going to happen. Here's the actual rules for this, though. I'm going to give you 2 women. One will be on the left, one will be on the right. The one on the left is what you get your regular point for. But if you can guess the person on the right as well, you will get a bonus point. So there is a possibility of 20 total points, and if you haven't used your star, you could get 30 total points because the bonus points do not double. I don't know how else to explain it clearly, but again, you're looking to answer the photo on the left first, and then if you know the photo on the right, you can answer that for a bonus point that does not double with a star. So all I could do for you for clarity, let's go ahead and go in here. Each combo, each duo of women kind of has something in common somehow to kind of make them a happy little duo. So that being said, make sure to answer in order, left, then right. Here's question number 1. Name the person on the left, and if you can, the person on the right. About 10 more seconds. Take some notes if you can. And please, please, please don't mix them up. Make sure the left is listed first, then the right. I do need full names for all these people. How about number 2? Name the left, then the right. Oh, crap. I don't think I explained this clearly either. If you don't get the one on the left, you can't get the bonus for the one on the right. So you have to get the left first. Oh, shit. Moving on to question number 3. 2 women with something pseudo in common. Name the one on the left. And then, if you can, name the one on the right. You're going to need full names as much as possible for all these, please. Ten seconds. Moving on to question number 4. Name the woman on the left for the point. If you get her, you can also get a bonus point if you know the woman on the right. Name the one on the left, and then you can name the one on the right for a bonus point. All the combos we have in 10 seconds. Moving on to question number 6. Name the left. Then you can get bonus point for the right. Second. How about number 7? And second. Question number 8. Name these 2 gals. And second. These 2 gals in. 10 seconds. And finally, question number 10, same rules on the left, then on the right. Keep those guesses quiet, please. And seconds. And just like that, round number 3 is over. Remember, you can only star one round after this, so use it wisely. Also, remember those bonus points do not double. 2 minutes starts now. One minute down, 1 minute to go. Get all those slips turned in. And last call for slips. Get all those slips in. Don't be late.
All right.
Name. Oh, somebody said they get for number 9. They get Eleanor Roosevelt and Babe Ruth in drag. And that's funny. Really harsh, but it's funny. Plus 20%.
All righty, crew, let's check those answers to round number 3. Good round for some of you, despicable for others. That's fine, though. And just a fun fact, if you did well on this round, these are the only women that have ever done anything in history. So thank God this is all you have to learn. Got a couple queens here, both wearing crowns. There was Queen Victoria and Queen Isabella II of Spain, who was a queen at the same time. Again, we're talking late 1800s, early 1900s. Lots of fun guesses on this one. I said we needed full names, but I was kind, at least on this first one. That's Bonnie of Bonnie Parker, Bonnie and Clyde, and Lizzie Borden, who, oops, killed her family with an axe. Two ne'er-do-wells. The amount of you that said Harriet Beecher Stowe for the other person is interesting. She's very, very white. This was Harriet Tubman, as you probably guessed, and Ida B. Wells, famous journalist at the time and founder of the NAACP, one of them anyway. Badass, as we like to say in modern parlance. Woman on the left, not only sick of her husband's BS, but also talented. And that was Marie Curie on the left, and Elizabeth Blackwell, who you maybe haven't heard of much, but she was the first female to ever receive a doctorate, like a physician's degree in the United States. First female doctor in the U.S. These two hot to trot gals. That's Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. And even though Susan B. Anthony gets a lot of the credit, Elizabeth Cady Stanton was just as important in the right for suffrage. These two are both nurses that started important organizations. One on the left there is Florence Nightingale. You may have heard of her. And on the right, there's Clara Barton, the founder of the American Red Cross. Speaking of super white ladies who wrote books that helped with things, on the left there, that's Harriet Beecher Stowe. And on the right is Emily Dickinson. And just a note, again, if you didn't get Harriet, you didn't get a point for Emily. Same for all the other questions. Had to get the left to get the right. Two badass Western gals here, including Annie Oakley on the left and Calamity Jane, who lived in Virginia City, Montana for quite a while, on the right. I don't think Emma used her actual name, so we should be safe. This one was a little dodgy. A lot of people made interesting guesses for it, as far as how they're together. On the left, we have Missoula's own Jeanette Rankin as the first female in Congress. And Edith Wilson, which, if you know your history, was essentially the first female president, more or less, for like a year and a half while her husband was in a not quite a coma. She kind of ran the entire executive branch for like 2 years in secret. She does look a little bit, I don't know which team said it, like Babe Ruth in drag, though. I do agree. Which just means that Babe Ruth is gorgeous. Nothing against Miss Wilson, except that she was a lying hoe. And last but not least, a lot of you got the good guess that on the left there is Helen Keller, and most of you knew her teacher, Anne Sullivan, for those extra points. So that being said, let's see how you did. Again, just a reminder, if you're like, my score doesn't seem right. If you didn't get the one on the left, you couldn't get the bonus point for the one on the right. Why do I repeat this so much? Because there is a dispensary on every corner of this town, and I know you people. Nobody starred that round. There was a possibility of 30 points for it, but if you didn't start, there's a total of 20 possible points. A few teams did quite well. I don't know why they know about women, though. I mean, and here we are at the top of the charts, blowing in the wind, still tied with 50 Shades of Gandalf the Grey. Each getting 14 points that round for a total of 42. Third place is Titan Uranus, though they're not in the running for prizes, meaning the Fuckawee tribe with 37 points is currently in third place. That means, as always, it's going to come down to our final round. I will remind you right now, a lot of teams have not used their star. I will not automatically star you. So if you haven't used your star, circle it right now. It'll double your points for our final round. Final round's a little weird as well, so pay attention so you're not lost. We'll give you food idioms in other words. So idioms, common phrases that have to do with food. I'm going to give it to you in other words. So let me give you an example before we start. This is not question number one. This is just an example. If I said tiny taters, what could that translate to be a food idiom? So tiny taters would be, see if it catches up here. All the screens pulled out. There we go. Small potatoes, right? That's the food idiom. I don't know why I keep staring at you. Like, do you get it? Okay. So again, I'm going to give you a set of words. They represent a well-known idiom that involves food. It's about all the help I can give you. Let's dive right into round number 4, food idioms in other words. Sometimes they get a little complicated just because I think that's fun. Question number 1. See how long it takes here. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Consume corvid. That one's actually kind of a weird one. I just realized. And in retrospect, I don't even know if this fits the category, but you're going to have to do it anyway. 10 seconds. Again, you want to take this term and turn it into an idiom that usually involves food. Moving on to question number 2. Eventually, the computers have all said be very slow. There we go. Valueless as a knoll of pulse. I'll be kind on these, but make sure it's actually the idiom. We're almost done. Let me see how long they are. We're over 10 seconds long now, yeah. All right, moving on to question number 3. We're going to fix all these CDs, by the way, so they're a little quicker for us. Analogous to confectionery from the cherub. 10 seconds.
Yes, I hit it at 35. Oh, and these are right on it.
All right, question number 4. Possess more gigantical aquatic vertebrates to immerse in sultry sewage. And these words could translate out to a common saying that involves food items. 10 seconds. Question number 5. Accompanied by a particle of NaCl.
And Mike, we're gonna end a little early. I don't know if I can come in and do like some cold round or something.
Sorry, say this again?
We're gonna end a little early.
That's fine.
We only had like 19 teams. I swear it's not like, okay, just want you to know.
Question number 6 in our food idioms and other words round. Locomotive for a savory fluid topping. Topping is skanks. Question number 7. Equivalent to a dyad of legumes within a singular pericarp.
And so you have to get the equivalent of 2.
Like,
10 seconds. Question number 8. I have way too many words here. What's possession while concurrently retaining set gâteau unsullied? Question number 9. There's 2 more in our weird food idioms round. Juxtaposing a classical palm and a non-rhyming Hesperidium. Seconds, yeah, take notes for like 2 minutes at the end. And finally, question number 10, endure ovum of a capon's consort upon one's unum. For these in, don't forget, first of all, and don't forget, if you haven't used your star, make sure to star it now. I won't automatically do it. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for round number 4. And don't forget those stars. They can make a big difference in the end. One minute down, 1 minute to go. Get those slips turned in.
It's totally fracture over worthless dumb shit.
And last call for slips, folks. Last call. Also, folks, the kitchen closes in about 20 minutes if you need some grub. Now's a great time to get an order in. All slips should be up. I'll get these scored as quickly as I can. Find out our winner and see if we need a tiebreaker tonight.
Late, you're late. No, you're like, no, you're late though.
I think it's from it.
Oh, did you already?
I think I have.
I usually just look and see if I have all of them and just put the new ones in. Okay, thanks. Hey, Mike. Mike. Steve's going to send me the QR code because it's the calendar. I could just slide over and the QR code can be big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got one that's a full screen one too.
Oh, full screen is on the brand.
Preferred, so.
Because otherwise I find dumb chilly background pictures. So it's, yeah. Oh, simmer down up there. Simmer down. Alrighty, friends, and soon to be ex-lovers. Let's check those answers for number 4. Pretty good round for a lot of y'all.
And again, I didn't realize you are sitting right here. This one doesn't actually fit the theme officially, but most of you got it, so it's fine. To consume garbage, to eat crow. Eat crow. Valueless as a knoll of pulse. There's a few different terms around this. Generally looking for not worth a hill of beans. A knoll of pulse. Pulse being those dried bits from things like beans and legumes. Analogous to filching is like taking candy from a baby. Screw that baby. It shouldn't have candy anyway. America has a problem with childhood obesity. This one threw a few of you guys off. Some people started guessing whales thing, but it's to have bigger fish to fry. Possess more gigantical aquatic vertebrates to immerse in sultry suet. Do I get off slightly on a bad... Never mind. We won't get into it. Consume accompanied by some NaCl. That is, take with a grain of salt. NaCl being table salts. Fancy scientific thing. A locomotive for a savory fluid topping. Most of you guys got gravy train. We're robbing the gravy train. Equivalent to a dyad of legumes within a singular pericarp. You know what legumes or a pericarp are? You probably got there like 2 peas in a pod. This one threw off a lot of you. I did reverse the order of the statements, but you also need to know what a gâteau is. A gâteau is a particularly rich cake. So you're going to tuck into one's cake, which is eating it, but you're going to have your cake and eat it too. Pomme is a fruit with a core with seeds, and another word is for an orange, comparing apples to oranges. And this one threw off a fair few people too. A capon's consort, we know ovum is an egg. A lot of people guess put all your eggs in one basket. A capon is just a castrated rooster, so his consort would be a hen. So an ovum of a capon's consort, literally just an egg. So one's punum, the Yiddish word for face, and you have egg on your face. Again, not to put too fine a point on it, but man, I have been saving my pennies and buying Western family brands for a year now to be able to go on this trip. If you want to help out at all, which would include tips for performers I get to see down there, little boat rides around the place, buying bags of candy for kids because I'm creepy like that, but in a non-creepy way. Love a few extra dollars to be able to throw around down there. But let's check your final scores. And we will not need a tiebreaker tonight. Things sorted themselves out right at the end here. Let's see where your team ended up after 4 rounds. Possible total of 60 points tonight. And here we are at the top with 50 Shades of Gandalf the Grey taking home first place with 52 points. Blowing in the wind. Rather have you blowing me in an alley. 51 points. And by 1 point, Dirty Deeds done was she beaten out Titan Uranus with their 48 points. Though they had too many people because they're cheaters and sluts. Sorry, some of them are skanks. Some of them are just skanks, not necessarily sluts. I'm sorry. So again, congratulations to our winners. You come on up and get those prizes from me. Voice 6 coming down to Cranky Sam. We're down here every stinking Wednesday night. Is it yours forever and always?
Done with sheet.
Get it. Get it.
There's something in there.
There's a shell stuck in the top? Yeah. Which is just... And then they couldn't get it out because the hole's not the right shape. I mean, I'm guessing you could work on it. Congrats. You guys are blowing. There you go. Good folks, thanks for coming down. We're down here every Wednesday If you want more prizes that are actually cash monies, come on down to bingo every Tuesday night. Average pops are like $300 to $400. It's at your grandma's bingo, mostly because I get drunk and cuss a lot.
Movies that Howard Hawks made.
Yes.
Bringing Up Baby.
Okay. Oh, I knew this.
Kids Girl Friday.
Okay.
Um,
You're talking to director.
yeah, director Howard Hawks.
That was my confusion too, because I was like, I don't recognize this actor. I know Bring Up Baby.
Yeah.
I've never. Well, have I seen it or just seen a bunch of clips?
You've seen most of his movies, but he is one of those directors that we don't recognize how great his greatness was.
Right. Because he was just kind of in that weird era where all sorts of crazy shit was going on,
And
right?
he also had the most glamorous man of his time. So
My grandpa Steve.
Going.
I'm going to this little lake town halfway between Guadalajara and Mexico City. But my friend who's down there is hypothetically organizing all that. So I don't really know. Just showing up in Guadalajara. I'm going to help her out. She teaches at English teaching school down there as a theater teacher. So I'm going to help the kids put on their Halloween performance on the 31st. We're going to go out to some cemetery performances on a Thursday night. Gonna go down there for a few days. Then I'm going to El Salvador. Except never been.
I'm gonna fuck up your whole experience.
Please.
My mother was killed on the 30th.
Well, that sounds
that's-
like fuck up your experience.
No, it's my mother died. So my mother getting killed that day in a train accident allowed me to go to private schools. I'm just trying to. I got to go. Stop. So I got to go to private schools. I got to go to boarding schools. I got to go all over the place you can imagine. Athletics because of the trust fund that I got from that.
You got from the trainer.
That
It echoes in your brain. I can respect that.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.